Hello friends, neighbors, John, your Wish Neighbor here. Welcome down the Nook and welcome to A Taste of Rye. I want to talk to you today about Alberta Premium Cask Strength. This is their 5th release and I have been talking to you guys about this cask strength quite a while, 2019 at least. This is the original 65.1%. And as I said, I've been sharing thoughts about this Alberta gem before Jim Murray made it his whiskey of the year and it got a little stupid for pricing. We're back down into regular land. This is 100% rye. It is cask strength, it's all over the label. And this one, the 5th edition, is 64.2%. So if you have any Alberta Premium in the lineup, pour some and come on back and we will share some thoughts on this big rye. 3, 4. Well, thanks for coming back. As I said, we've been talking about Alberta Premium Cask Strength for a while, and this one is the 5th release. How do you know it's the 5th release? Well, you have to focus on the percentage. Maybe I'll put it here or somewhere you can find it, just the percentage of each of the releases. So if you're sitting in a store, you know which one. This 64.2%, that is the current release. We're here in 2024, and this Alberta Premium is the annual release. I think they come out around March. I'm guessing 64.2. What did I say? Well, hopefully that's what I said. And then what I'm gonna shoot it against is I've still got a bit of this 65.1, the original, the bit of a controversy Jim Murray recommendation, but this was their first cask release. This is now their 5th. So the question here is, are they getting better at this? I've heard a ton of rumors. I know it's 100% rye. It's Alberta Distillers in Calgary. They know rye. They sell to everybody south of the border, across the province. They make and sell rye. My understanding is it's a mix of ex-bourbon and new oak, and that possibly they find a blend they like and they put it back into barrels, like they age it kind of separately to about 4 years and then they put it back in, and that this is possibly a 5 to 8 year old release. I don't know. And I have no confirmation that. Davin Kirkmo, if you're listening and you know insights, why don't you share in a comment down below? I need to get somebody on from Alberta Distillers. But this is the 5th edition, all rye, 64.2 on the nose. You know, it's Alberta Premium. It's got, you know, cinnamon, but right away it's got some toffee and some bourbon sweetness. A little bit of apple. And a little bit of dusty spice. I don't know what that is yet on the nose. But right now, sweet candied apple. That's where I'm going. Sweet candied apple and cinnamon. Some of the other rye spices or qualities, sometimes you get some grain, some grass, some herbal. And it's just maybe there if you're nosing it for longer than I am here on the video. Let's dive into this one. Hope you got it in your glass. Cheers. Okay, just a note. If you're going to drink 64.2, don't take a sip that size. That blew up my palate a little bit. We'll see where we go in the video because I was able to get some really nice cinnamon, graham cracker, apple pie, apple crumble. So some sugars in there, some icing sugars in that plot. It's a real interplay of cinnamon, apple, and sugar. Problem is I took so much that there's quite a bit of heat in that, of course, and when you're trying to do a tasting like this, small sips are good enough. You don't have to blow out your palate. So I apologize for that, but that is the impression. Lots of apple skin, a little bit older apple, Macintosh. You're taking a bite, you come back a few minutes later, it's a little bit mealy. That kind of impression with that cinnamon and sugar sweetness. I've said icing sugar. I will say candied apple. It's definitely got a sugar sweet, light vanilla like toffee, lots of apple, and lots of cinnamon. Not that much rye at front. Well, I mean, rye, a ton of rye. I meant herbaceous notes, dill, that kind of rye, that's in the back. It's far sweeter and fruitier. It's there, but it really is a secondary note. All right, let's go against this guy and see where it goes. So like I said, I still have some of this original kicking around, and it is the 65.1, the first cast release, I think 2019-ish range. I mean, that's when I talked to you guys about it. It's a little bigger, 65.1, did I say? I should just know that. It's basically iconic at this point. Speaking of iconic, they're bottles, eh? Like this bottle is a classic, maybe early 80s vibe. But let's see what this first cast strength, just in comparison. Now, it's long open now. It's not my first bottle. This isn't a 2019 bottle, but I bought it then, but I didn't open it then. Let's see what it's like on the nose. So I've said this in comparison when I think maybe the third one, it definitely has a dusty leather note. It's got an old bookshelf, dried apple, dried fruits, clove kind of note, so savory spice and older fruits. Let's try it on the palate. Cheers. Oh, that comes alive in the palate. Right now it's actually almost hotter than this, but it is richer. I've described this many times, and so now it's that interplay between what am I getting and what have I said. It's got caramel apple, caramel toffee, a creaminess to it. Definitely a creamy, unwrapped caramel kind of chewing around in that sweetness, and then that hotter cinnamon, black pepper spices. Gonna come back to this after clearing the palate. Okay, I think the amount of alcohol playing my palate is starting to build up here. I'm gonna say it is fresher fruits, a little more apple. This continues to be creamier, more caramel. This is sweeter, more cinnamon, more sugared candy. And I believe I've said that of other releases almost throughout our experience. Number 2 was the hottest for me and one I didn't return to. I liked number 3, it was fresh. Number 4, I thought was sweeter, probably the sweetest of the bunch. This definitely, I still describe more sugars on it than, or high sweet sugars than this one. It's really tough. This is an amazing profile. It just hits all the right way. This is good. It's absolutely good. It's easy a 4-star. You know what? I've been really chintzy with my stars lately. So like this is 4, 4.25. This is solid. My problem is, where does it fit in the 5 bottles? This remains, I have to say, the nose actually on this one is better. It is. The nose on this is good. It's inviting. It's wonderful. So the 5th release, the nose, to me is a better whiskey. But when I'm sipping them, when I'm actually in it, there's something about that caramel, chewy, leathered fruit that I get here that I haven't got since. So this remains the one that I like, which really is probably a part nostalgia, so take it with a grain of salt. This is solid. I'm gonna go around and see if I can find a 4th release, because that was pretty much my next favorite, because this is playing there. This is right against this one. Like the 4 or 5, 3, they're all just great ryes, and I wish I could give you more differences. So I can find a 4 on the shelf. I'm gonna bring it home and do that comparison for you guys. Anyways, that's my thoughts. If you like Cask Strength Rye, should you buy batch 5? For me, yeah, I can get this now. Olympia Liquor, $75 Canadian. And for $75, 64% rye, this tasty is an absolute buy. So if you're looking for a big, bold rye, this fits the bill. Thanks for joining me here. If you've got thoughts of any of the 5 that have come out back to the original or the 4th or whatever, why don't you share down below? And like I said, Devin Kirkmore, anybody who actually knows somebody at Alberta Distillers, I have no connections there. I'd like to know more. Seriously, how old is this? What cask do you use? Just anything more I can throw out there would really bring my whiskey geek heart some love. Thanks for tuning in. You guys have a great week.